Before this video starts, I feel like there are a lot of things I need to make clear. One of the first things being that, as much as it pains me to say this, I am not a Danganronpa YouTuber. As much as I love playing these games, I make many other videos of different games and series and other things that I enjoy. Mainly what I try to do on this channel is play games that either I enjoy personally or games that other people want me to play. A lot of my videos on my channel don't seem to get as many views as the Danganronpa videos, and that's perfectly fine. In fact, I'm glad that I'm getting views at all. I could not ask for a better fan base. I really do appreciate each and every one of you that come out and watch my videos and give me feedback. It really does mean a lot. I'm so happy that you guys are a part of my life. I really am. But one thing that really pains me that I have to say is that I feel like some of my videos don't get the attention that I want them to get. Mainly my subscriber special videos. The first one I spent around 18 hours of editing, and it didn't even break, like, I don't even think it broke 1,000 views. I'm not sure if it did or not. I need to check again. But I spent a lot of time on that video. It was really difficult. I even commissioned someone to make a thumbnail for that video, which was really fun. It was really great seeing that get done, and I was so happy with the result. Shout out to them. I'll put their Twitter link and Instagram link in the description of this video. But both of the artists actually for both subscriber specials. But yeah, I put a lot of work into those videos and they just didn't get any views, and I was really sad about that. So I was very discouraged to even make more. Like, once I hit 600 subs, I didn't even bother making a subscriber special video because I knew it wouldn't get any attention, which it hurts to even say that, but that was the reality. So I decided not to do one. But I understand that, you know, people aren't going to come to my channel to, you know, watch all my videos. I don't expect all my videos to get views. You guys can watch whatever you want. You're entitled to watch whatever you want. I can't force you guys to watch anything. Neither would I want to do that. I'm glad you guys are even watching my videos in the first place. But yeah, if you're interested, please check out my other videos, because I put almost more, I mean, I wouldn't say almost, but I definitely put more effort into them than I do in these videos. And I do put a lot of effort into these videos, so I feel like that kind of goes to show how much I really love this, how much I really love being a YouTuber. But without further ado, let's get right into this. Alright, so, oh my gosh, alright, a lot has happened. It's okay, you can do this. Dude, this is gonna be the last time we do this, right? Yeah, it has to be. I hope it is. These two are so guilty, it's not even funny. Let's just do this. Oh my god. Only 5 people are in the elevator. The Twin Towers elevator heading down to the trial grounds looked exactly like the one at the Monocruise, but no one acknowledged that bizarre similarity, as there was only heavy silence among us. The silence could be because of the fact that there were so little of us left. Oh my god. But there was a sense of solemnness that we could all feel from the atmosphere. Granted, no one really talked during this period, but this time it felt like we couldn't talk even if we wanted to. For what felt like hours passed by, the elevator arrived at the trial grounds with the usual loud creak. Oh my gosh. What's up with the expensive looking curtains? Now this is what I call a good rework. Teria would have loved these curtains. Don't even talk about it. It's pretty fond of rainbows after all. Just stop talking. Welcome. Please move to your assigned seat. It will be the one with your name listed on it. He isn't even looking in the right direction. Please move to the... Dude, what is wrong with him? Let's move. What the? Was this place always so no, it's because everyone's died. We've got more death portraits than we've got survivors. At least one of us will become a portrait after this is over. Let's make sure to keep that number to 1. Oh, what a nice atmosphere we have. Dude, stop talking. You all get the feeling we're in the endgame now? It's enough to make my identified seed code and avatar match. It's just... What? Boot successful. Starting debug mode? Debug mode access successful. The class trial will now commence. Class trial is about to start. It's already the 5th time. Tons of people have died, and so many have lost their lives through the class trial. Teria, in this case, is a victim. I'm still mad he died. Member of the Kisaragi Foundation and the classmate of Akane Taira. But she doesn't know anything about the Foundation. What was he trying to do as the representative of the Kisaragi Foundation? What info did he have for us? Unfortunately for us, he took that information to his grave and we never got to know his true intentions. The only thing left for us to do is to find the killer and make sure his death won't be in vain. So many people are dead! Putting aside the hundreds of problems we had to deal with to escape this place, we now had to set our first priority to the class trial. Yup. Yeah, we know. Sayabai is somehow gone. Dude, this... Yeah, life and death, we know! Oh my god, so dramatic. The class trial. Okay. First, let me give a basic explanation of the class trial. The results of this class trial will be decided by your votes. You choose the correct black and only they will receive punishment, but if you vote for the wrong person... What is wrong with Nikkei's portrait? What? Okay, then everyone besides the Blacken will be punished, and the Blacken who has fooled everyone will graduate from this school trip. Honestly, I'm still not used to this new version of Monochrome. He always says that. What is she talking about? With Saibai not participating, there's only 5 of us here. Someone among us has murdered Teria. We need to find the culprit and clear this class trial. If we don't, there's no future waiting for us. If we put our heads together, we can do this. Just like we've always done. Now then, please start the discussion. I mean, is there any need to? We already know who the culprit is, honestly. We do? Yes! Mikado Sanoji, you're the only possible suspect in this case. Oh, cutting right to the chase, are we? Well, I've basically been called the killer every trial so far, so this doesn't surprise me in the slightest. But to suspect me without any real evidence, I thought we already learned time and time again that we need to discuss things thoroughly before pointing fingers. Too bad, because I've got evidence this time. While the murder was happening, everyone except you and Sayabai were together, you see. That's right, hence the only suspects were Sayabai and you, Mikado. But according to you, Sayabai's not participating in this trial. So everyone except me has alibis. But if we follow that logic, Sora is a possible suspect as well, no? Wait, what? How is that true? Are you trying to make fun of us? We just told you that Sora was with us the whole time. But was she really with you the whole time? Are you kidding me? Sure, I wasn't there when you found the body, and I only arrived at the crime scene long after the announcement. That I admit. But every one of you were split apart until you saw that video and decided to head to the broadcast. How does he know that? How did you know that Sora, Yuriko, and Yuki, who were all in Sora's room, had each split up? And while they were alone, the mysterious video was broadcasted on it. How does he know that? After witnessing such horror, you each guessed the room in the video to be the West Broadcasting Room, and headed there. In other words, the time you were together was only after you had gathered at the Twin Towers. How does he know all of this? I heard it directly from Sora. Isn't that right? Oh, that's true, we did tell him. While I was unfortunate enough not to arrive at the crime scene on time to learn about the case, I thought to myself, don't I have the right to at least know what happened? So you say you didn't know. The nerve of telling such lies. You're the culprit and we all know. Honestly, who else would it be? It's either him or Iraha. There's no... I won't be so sure of that, Yuriko. More importantly, I have concrete evidence for why I'm suspecting Sora. Would you care for a duel? What? What? Let me preface this by saying I'm not doing this out of spite, Sora. By all means, I would have loved to take everything cautiously step by step to find the culprit. But when Yuriko starts off the trial by suspecting me of all people, I've got no choice but to rebuttal, wouldn't you agree? But can you even fight against my rebuttal? I wonder. Dude, I never thought this would happen. A rebuttal showdown against Mikado? Okay, alright. Oh my gosh, it's been so long since I've done a rebuttal showdown. Oh, jeez. Okay, alright, man. Oh my gosh. I can't even read what he's saying. There's not enough time. What's the point of this? I'm obviously not the culprit. Nobody has an alibi like you said. How does that specifically make me the prime suspect? Oh my gosh. Wait. It was one of those. Oh my gosh, Sora, you stayed in the area, did you? Oh my gosh! This man is destroying me! To see Mikado suspecting me so much is a little unsettling. I need to consider the timing of things, then I'm sure I'll be able to refute him. Okay! Oh my gosh, that took so long. So let me get this straight, Mikado. Immediately after Yuki and Yuriko left the West area, I headed straight to the broadcasting room to film that video? Precisely. Dude, that is such BS. I'll give credit where credit is due. Your logic is indeed sound. I did have the time and resources to broadcast that video. Sora, what are you saying? However, that also applies to you, doesn't it? Between the two of us, I'd say you're the one with the more suspicious alibi. Honestly. You're trying to make it sound like our alibis don't matter and we're all suspects. But at least 4 of us can prove that we were in the locations we said were in our alibis. However, not a single person even saw or knew where you were during the incident. From our perspective, Mikado, you have 0 concrete info about your alibi. To use your own words, aren't you in the perfect condition to commit the crime? Sora's right. Both Yuriko and I can prove we were in the east and south areas respectively through our key card histories. I have proved our alibi by meeting up with Yuriko. That's right, I was running towards the west area after watching the broadcast when I met Yuriko. How has no one called her out that there was paint at the crime scene? I feel like that's, like, the prime thing. Also, Mikado's glove in the video, like, it's so obvious that they worked together to do this. Yeah, that much I'm sure of. Can you prove you were in some other place when the video was being broadcasted? More importantly, even the people in the south and east areas managed to arrive at the crime scene on time. Yet you arrived way after the announcement was made. What made you so busy, I wonder? As you've established, our alibis are not concrete. I might have easily committed this murder as I was readily in the west area. But if we go by that logic, you, whose alibi is non-existent, are pretty suspicious as well. Actually, I'd say you're in the best position to murder than any of us. Is this trial over already? You're most absolutely right. Then let's not forget about this crucial information. What? What? Are you for real right now? You went all in saying that Sora's the culprit. You think you can get out scot-free? Yeah, I didn't say from the... Didn't I say from the start? I wanted to find the culprit step by step from one clue to another. I had no choice but to present my rebuttal when you accused me of murder out of nowhere. What do you mean out of nowhere? I said that because you are the culprit. Yuriko. Huh? What's up, Sora? Let's stop that train of thought for now. I'm not trying to cover for Mikado, but there are other discussions that need to be held right now. I also do think Mikado is suspicious, but there's no need to rush things. We can point fingers after we discuss everything thoroughly, right? I guess you're right. Sorry, Sora. Wait, I basically said the same thing. Why listen to her but not me? Because you're awful. Hey, Mikado, would you mind shutting up and stop pretending that you're helping? You don't even participate in the other class trial discussions. Trying to be active in this trial only makes you all the more suspicious, you know? Wait, no, you got it all wrong. I've always tried my best in trials. It's just that every time I spoke, I was rudely ignored by everyone. Whatever. How about start talking about the case more in depth? Damn, Yuki is not having his crap. About the case, then, where should we start? Let's hold the question of who's the culprit for now, and try to reimagine how the case went down step by step. So the summarization of the case, I see. I'll do my best to cooperate. How the hell are you going to help at all? You weren't even there when it happened. Honestly, what? But I at least heard the basics of what happened from Sora. Yuriko, we all agree that Mikado is unbearable, but for this case only, how about we give him a chance to talk? Above all, we have 5 participants for this trial. Yeah, that's probably the lowest it's ever been. With that low of a number, every word spoken from every person here should count. Well, if you say so, then alright. So it's agreed that I can speak freely then? Well then, first and foremost, I think we can all guarantee that this case started with that broadcast. He's right. The video of a mysterious someone approaching the fainted Teria with a knife in the West broadcasting room. Let's talk about that video which started it all. Alright. Dude, this is so horrible. There's only 5 people. Sayobai literally just left, so we can't even count on him. What is this chapter? Okay, the video was broadcasted around 7 p.m. As previously established, none of us have alibis during this time period. Sora was in the west area, Yuki in the east, and Yuriko and I were in the east area. Oh, and I was in the north area, in case you were curious. Immediately after watching that video, everyone except Mikado headed straight to the top floor in that west tower, but the door was locked, and so none of us were able to enter it. We eventually broke the door down and entered the room. But after the sprinkler incident, Teria was nowhere to be seen. Yeah, and when we entered the east broadcasting room to search for him, we found the door was locked and Teria was there, being stabbed to death. That is not true. Teria was not stabbed to death. No, he wasn't stabbed to death. What is even the thing for this? I forget. How? What? Hold on, Yuki. Teria wasn't stabbed to death. Huh? But there was a stab wound on his chest. Monochrome file didn't describe any other injuries, and I checked it out myself. You didn't do enough research. Of course there are no other injuries. That's because he died by poisoning. I said this. I literally said this in the last video. What? Don't act surprised! You know how he died. The tip of Teria's fingers and toes had turned blue. There were also pinkish spots near his thighs and back. These are telltale signs of a poisoning. To be precise, cyanide poisoning. Dude, Yuriko is so smart. Why are they I hate this. You could tell that just from those marks? That's amazing, Sora. It wasn't me, it was Yuriko. I don't know it all that well myself. It's not like I actually studied medicine. I just heard it from some crazy drunk doctor that wandered into our joint once. I have my fair share of medical knowledge, and I agree to your observations. Maybe because you're the one who did it. Cyanide is a chemical suffocant, so to speak. It's a poison that prevents any living being from breathing properly. From the cyanosis to the pink spots, they are all signs of oxygen depletion. Wonderful work, Yuriko. Dude. Wait, Teria's portrait has... Coming from you, even a compliment sounds disgusting. Yeah, I'm just noticing all these portraits have, like, unique things on them. Wait, if Teria was poisoned to death... What the... Then how come that video showed someone holding a knife? Or was that something else? That was Mikado. Well, as I said before, there were knife wounds on his chest. Perhaps the culprit poisoned Teria and then created a stab wound on the dead corpse? If Saibai was here, we would have been able to determine if that wound was made before or after Teria was killed. Now, before we get into that, there is a whole other riddle that needs to be solved. Poisoning is quite an inconspicuous method of murder, yet the killer announced their crimes knowingly using the broadcasting. When you think about why you would choose to poison someone to get rid of them, the killer's little talent show becomes quite contradictory, wouldn't you agree? What? What is he trying to say? It was as if they were saying, come in. Oh, with broadcasting the whole thing, yeah. Okay, here's my theory. Maybe if it was the culprit's intention all along to gather us at the West Broadcasting Room. Yeah, no, it was, because the murder actually happened in the East one. The West Broadcasting Room was locked from the inside. But what if the killer wanted to emphasize specifically that to everyone by having a broadcast be sent to the whole island? And if we think about it that way, holding a knife leaves a much stronger impact than just holding some poison, right? And what would be the point of creating a locked room and telling everyone about it? Well, when we broke down the lock and entered the broadcasting room, we didn't see anyone inside, right? What? But that doesn't make any sense. How could there be a locked room if nobody was inside? And that means our culprit laid out this incredible locked room mystery for us to solve. They say every good mystery fiction almost always features one. Even Emma used it back then, remember? The broadcast wasn't the main show. It was a small teaser to lure everyone to the crime scene. Before we talk about who did it, it seems like we need to solve this locked room mystery. Room that can only be locked from the inside. And only the dead victim was inside when... Yeah, we know what a walkthrough mystery is. The mysterious person inside the... Dude, we know it's Mikado! Why are we all doing this? Come on. We have to put our heads together to figure out how that happened. Alright. I feel like this is going to be a good trial. I don't know why. I know there's only 5 of us, but I feel like they can make something happen with these characters. These characters have been through a lot. A lot. And I mean a lot. Like, so much that I don't think therapy would help them. Okay, let me read these. When we gathered in front... I didn't even get to read it. Was the culprit already not inside the broadcasting room? That seems to be the case. But there was barely any time for that. How did they walk through room and escape during that short time period? Oh, I know. What we saw wasn't live footage. They just recorded... No, we... Oh, there's not enough time! Oh my god. Yeah, I knew that was it. I couldn't pick the right truth bullet in time. No, Iraha, that video was live. During our investigation, we confirmed that the broadcasting room can only transmit live footage. You knew that. Come on. It's not really a surveillance camera, you see. If it has a database, it would actually be able to record and store videos, but unfortunately our broadcasting room lacks any of it. It means when that video was being broadcasted at that moment, someone was in the West broadcasting room. Well, what is it, Iraha? You've been staring at me for quite a while now. What? Is there something you have to say? No. What? If there's something you want to say, then you should feel free to say it, Iraha. This is a class trial after all. We can only proceed if we share our thoughts. She doesn't have much in there to begin with, so... Well, the thing is, when you first arrived... Okay, that was mean. When you first arrived on the top floor of the West Twin Tower, there wasn't anyone there, right? Yeah, there wasn't anyone there when I arrived. But what about that? Then couldn't you have, well, walked and left the room and then pretended you just... Are you kidding me? What? Try and say that again. Yo, Yoriko's about to pimp slap Iraha. Oh my god. No, I'm not trying to accuse her. I just thought, you know, it might be possible. So you're basically trying to say Sora's the culprit. No, I didn't say that. What do you mean you didn't? The person in the video was Sora. That's what you're trying to say, aren't you? Now, that was quite a surprising remark, considering it came from Iraha of all people, honestly. As I said before, I completely agree with Iraha. Why? You said you were all together after you gathered at the top floor of the West Building. It means it's entirely possible for Sora to do the deed, create the locked room mystery, and then regroup with everyone. Let's not forget Sora was also conveniently in the West area when the crime happened. So you're gonna fight in Paris, huh? Well, bring it on then. I, for one, regrouped with everyone. We don't know a thing about what you did or where you were during the murder. Do you think you have the right to suspect me? I want to remind you, as I was in the North area, I didn't have enough time to do anything. And how are you going to prove that? Yuki and Yuriko's alibis can be proven with the key card histories. Iraha was seen by Yuriko. Even if you say you were in the North area, it means nothing if you have no witness to prove it. Well, that, I have nothing to say. How unfortunate it is that there is nothing that can prove my alibi, isn't it? Mikado, you've been trying to pin the murder on Sora ever since the trial started. Don't you think this is very unlike you? Never once did you suspect a specific individual. Are you perhaps panicking? You took the words right out of my mouth, Yuki. What? You're the ones who aren't acting like yourselves. Answer me, what happened in between these two trials that made you believe Sora is a saint who's never lied once in her life? The last 4 trials were carried on through logical deduction and through discussions without personal feelings, that is. I won't say I'm not a suspect, but there's no real proof that Sora's innocent as well. I mean, he's right. But it's still obvious that it's him or Iraha. Like, that does not... Okay, I was not ready for that. Have you all forgotten, once you rely on personal feelings, they will eventually cloud your judgment, preventing us from finding the real culprit. What I want to say is that anyone can be a culprit. I know how much you all hate me, but I would prefer if you did not look at me with such jaundiced eyes. Sora would never... Yuriko, calm down. As much as I hate to admit it, he's right that my alibi isn't perfect. Sora, it's alright. The truth will eventually reveal itself. Isn't that right, Mikado? Of course. I apologize for derailing our discussion with my short pep talk. Let us continue on our talk about the locked room mystery. So, Iraha just suspected Sora of locking the broadcasting room herself, pretending she had just arrived there. But that isn't as easy as it sounds. Nuh-uh. The door to my room locks itself when I activate the lock and close the door. You know, one time I lost the key to a door to one of my rooms, and I couldn't get in that room, like, forever. You're not helping. What is she even talking about? I guess it's Iroha we're talking about here. Sure, you can create walkthrough mystery by activating a lock from the inside and then closing the door from the outside. But that wasn't possible, yeah, because it's a different type of lock. Let me see. Where is it? Door lock. Yeah. That's a different type of lock. You can't actually do that. Iroha, the broadcasting door is probably different from the ones you're thinking of. It's not a button-based lock mechanism, but a lever-based one. One that is locked upon holding the door down with a lever. In other words, you can only lock the door after completely shutting it. Yeah. You can't actually do that. I see, so if we were to try what Iroha suggested by locking the door and then shutting it, you wouldn't be able to shut it in the first place. Correct. Hence why it becomes a contradiction where there was nobody in the broadcasting room when it was locked. I'm honestly willing to bet that Mikado just teleported out of the room and, you know, violated the rules, but it doesn't even matter because he's the one hosting the killing game. So, like, I feel like that's the case. Forget the alibi. It's just solving how the culprit even managed a feat is an issue right now. This hurts my brain. You have a brain? Huh, I didn't know. I need to stop. I'm being so rude to her. But the fact of the matter is, the door was indeed locked with nobody inside the room, right? This is proving to be quite a riddle that the culprit has posed. What method did the culprit actually use to achieve this? Alright. I was just vibing a bit. Alright. Let's see what we got. How did the culprit create the locked room? Maybe to lock the door they used a special tool outside? No, that's impossible. There are certainly a lot of props in the storage room to assist such an act. Or perhaps there was another exit we didn't know about? Like, what do you mean? Sora mentioned a window being broken, remember? Oh, they broke the window and escaped. That is wrong. That is not true. Dude, we refuted, like, all of Iroha's arguments. No, Iroha, I don't think that's the case. Honestly, I feel like Iroha is making it... I feel like she's trying. But her efforts are literally just not enough at all. Like, this is kind of sad. I first thought of that as a possibility, but if you would actually fall from that height, you would definitely fall to your doom this time. But they could have used ropes to climb down. Like, they... Why is she even here? What? What? And besides, this is a virtual world. That logic will not suffice. Who knows, you might survive from falling. Like, if you phase through the floor or something. Are you serious? Wait, no, I'm not saying you're suspicious because you've done that before. Please don't take it the wrong way. Quit it, Iroha. There's zero possibility of that happening. I also considered it plausible and tried throwing stuff out the window, but it actually fell to the ground. Looks like the Tower of Babel is just an anomaly. Then why did the culprit break the window? Well, why did the culprit break the window? Did they only do it to make us think they escaped through the window? Was that it? No. The reason they broke the window is because they needed to. And proof of that is the phosphorus. Hold on, where is it? Yeah, dude, I told you. I knew it. Perhaps it was because they needed some glass powder. Glass powder? What are you talking about? I found some lying around in the West Broadcasting Room. More specifically, some burnt on scrap paper. The window is made out of glass, right? Maybe the powder was the reason they broke the window. Plausible theory, yes, but why would they even sprinkle glass powder onto the paper in the first place? Why are you acting like you don't know? Burnt powder? Glass? They used it. Yeah, that's it. That's it, Sora. What is it, Yuriko? There was something bugging me when we were all investigating together, but now it makes sense. I'll help you out, Sora. Dude, wow. I never thought I'd see a sprite for that. I'm loving this trial already. I didn't read that. I didn't know what it was for back then, but maybe this is the key to solving the locked room mystery. Dude, we stand Yuriko. She is just precious. I love her so much. Alright. I can't read these. They're too fast. Not even that they're too fast, but I just need to focus on actually getting these. Alright. There's 5? Dude, what? Okay, alright. I have no idea what she said, so... I don't even know which one to pick. I have no idea what she said. That was right! What? Dude, I've used up all my luck for today. I get it, Yuriko. It's the projector film, isn't it? The powder that was on the film. Oh, okay, so it does kind of make sense that that was the correct answer, because I was talking about that. The projector film had the phosphorus on it. That's what you need to start the fire, which triggered the sprinklers. I'm sure they'll explain it in a second. Yup, as I suspected, the powder on the film was yellow phosphorus. The glass powder was used to create friction with the yellow phosphorus to cause a fire. What? Fire? What was that thing you said before? Phosphorus? It's a chemical commonly that was used in matches and such back in the day. Its low perking point made it quite dangerous to use, eventually leading to its discontinuation. How did the culprit get their hands on it then? It's actually easier than you think. This island is a city, and there's literally a place for everything here. That being said, I didn't expect you to have such knowledge on chemistry, Yuriko. It's pretty much obvious to anyone who actually paid attention in class. Wow. Okay, but how did they cause friction between them? And if a fire really had occurred, then how come nobody noticed it? We did notice it. The sprinklers came on. Another question I might add, what does the fire have anything to do with the locked room mystery? The sprinklers. And it's thanks to Yuriko that we found out. The important part isn't the yellow phosphorus, the glass powders, nor the sprinklers. What we have to focus on is the projector film itself that was used to create the locked room mystery. The projector film itself? Alright, you asked how the culprit was able to create friction between the two flammable materials, right? It was from the ceiling. I'm not following this at all. It was because it occurred from the ceiling that we weren't able to notice it, but we were busy looking at Tyria and that horrifying visual. To be precise, it had to do with the sprinklers. The sprinklers in the broadcasting room were shaped like a ring, so you would be able to hang something on it. Now hold on just a minute. You're not actually going to suggest that they actually hung the film onto the sprinklers, are you? Why would they opt for such a cumbersome method? He's right. In the broadcasting room, dude, the fact that they're even agreeing with each other, they really want to get found out, huh? The broadcasting room ceiling was super high. You could use a ladder, but there wasn't even anyone to use a ladder. What? Don't you worry about that. Even with the ceiling high and nobody there, the fire was going to automatically occur once we entered the broadcasting room. What? Can you all hear what Sora's been trying to say? That was why the projector film was used. They specifically used an old-fashioned film projector that has to go through a loop. Yuriko's right. The locked room mystery was possible only because it was an old-fashioned film projector. The proof that the projector film was used. The evidence should be on the door. What? Okay, hold on. I gotta think about this. So... the tape. If they installed a pulley system and had it hold in place from the tape, but when the door opened, the tape fell off, and the pulley system made the friction of the glass go against the phosphorus to cause a fire, that would initiate this. If this is correct, Yes! Yes! The lock on the broadcasting room door had tape on it. Tape? Wait a minute, so that's how it is. Dude, I am so smart. I didn't quite get that. Yeah, of course you did. Actually, no, you did get it. Because you helped set it up. Simply put, this is what happened. I am so smart. I am so smart. They pulled out the film from the projector to make it go through the sprinklers on the ceiling. And they taped it onto the door's lock. And then they sprinkled yellow phosphorus onto the film and positioned the scrap paper with the glass powder in between the sprinklers and film. Now, what would happen if the projector was turned on at this point? Well, I imagine the film would start rolling. Correct. The projector would start pulling the film inwards. Dude, call me Saobai, dude. I'm cracking this case wide open. And with that, the lock lever's orientation becomes horizontal from vertical due to the film pulling it. Yeah. So that causes friction. I get it. So using this method, you'd be able to lock the door automatically just by turning the projector on and leaving the room with the door closed. Yes. And the great thing about this trick is that this state is preserved until someone opens the door. Exactly. The film won't roll anymore due to the tape on the lock holding it steady. I see. So this trick is magnificent. But how would you exactly be able to cause a fire from this mechanism? What are you talking about? It's so clear. Simple, the film just has to resume rolling. What? Dude, it's so clear that it's them. Like, the locked door cannot be unlocked and opened by normal means, so someone has to eventually break the door down. And that's exactly what happened. When the door gets destroyed, the film is no longer held still by the tape, causing the fire. Yeah. So the film will begin rolling again. Exactly. And because the culprit had set it up so that the film went through the sprinklers, it would naturally move them through when it retracts. On that film, the culprit sprinkled yellow phosphorus, and on the sprinklers, the paper with the glass powder on it attached to it. Now, what do you imagine would happen if the film grazes the paper at high speeds? Fire. Flames? Yeah, that's how they created friction to cause the fire. Exactly. And that's how the sprinklers went off. When we had broken into the broadcast room, there was this weird video casted on Terria's body, remember? That wasn't just for show. That was the video on the film being played right as we destroyed the tape holding it. Of course, there was also the purpose of misguiding our attention in that dark room. Oh, so the sprinklers had activated immediately because the flame it had detected was right beneath it. That was the reason why we were showered with water as soon as we had entered. How's that? We now solved the locked room mystery. What? Come on, what more do you have to say? Mikado, are you amazing? I applaud your detective skills, I most sincerely do. To think I was worried you wouldn't make it without Sayabai. Oh, how you've all grown. Marveling because someone solved your riddle? You really are a psycho, you know that? Oh no, you've got it all wrong. I was genuinely astonished by your intellect, you see. We'll know soon enough whether Mikado's the culprit or not when we talk this through. Now that we've solved the walkthrough mystery, it's finally time to talk about the culprit. Hold on, while we did solve the walkthrough mystery, while we did solve the mystery of how they locked the door and escaped, aren't there still other matters to solve for us? Dude, isn't he just stalling? Come on. Getting feisty, are we? Trying to tug on every little detail in hopes of something. No, Yoriko, he's right. What? The locked-door mystery has been solved, sure. We proved it's possible to lock the door without anyone being inside the broadcasting room. But about that, there was actually someone inside the broadcasting room. It was Teria. What? He's right. That reminds me. Teria had disappeared from the room when we entered the room after the sprinklers were turned off, right? So how did that happen? It's probably the sprinklers. Like, you know, the sprinklers were strong enough to blind our sight with water, right? He used that to move Teria away while we weren't looking. Yuriko, that's impossible. Come on. I feel like she's just being desperate now. Whatever method they used, if Teria had been moved out of the broadcasting room, he would have certainly passed us waiting in front of the door. If it's not the outside the broadcasting room, then maybe he was inside the storage? Both broadcasting rooms had storage rooms, right? Maybe there's a secret passageway between those two rooms. I can guarantee you there was none of the sort. The bridge is the only thing that connects the two buildings, and even that was unusable due to bugs. You see, you were all presuming a logical fallacy. The proposition of someone moved Teria away to hold, someone else needs to be inside of the broadcasting room. Then, doesn't that invalidate the whole purpose of solving the locked room mystery? It ain't a locked room mystery if the culprit was actually inside the whole time. Dude, you teleported away. Like, I don't know what else to say. So what do you suggest we do? How did Teria disappear? So, now do you get what the problem is here? If we suppose your locked room mystery theory is true, then you're saying that Teria disappeared out of thin air. This is ridiculous. Everyone, don't tell me you're all stuck. Now, this is a predicament. At this rate, we'll never even find out what method the culprit used, let alone who they are. It's so obvious it's him or Iraha. We just need to figure out which of the two actually did the, final blow. They use your head, then use your head instead of leaving everything to us. All you're doing is complaining. It's kind of hard to say anything when every single person here is suspecting you. Shut up, Mikado. Can't you see we're trying to think here? Case in point, you all saw that, didn't you? Why would I say anything if this is all that happens all the time? I knew we needed dude, she doesn't help at all either. She literally doesn't do anything. If he was here, wouldn't we... Sayabai. We didn't particularly like him, but without him, we wouldn't have come this far. No, it's not just him. Yeah, all three of them, honestly. Kokoro, Kanade, we're all standing here because of the help of those who are no longer with us. Unfortunately, Kanade was a psychopath. Even more of a psychopath than Mikado, I'd like to say, but... who knows? So, are we really incapable of doing anything without them? Can't we even survive through a single trial? That isn't true. We can do this too. Think. Think what Kokoro, Kanade, and Saibai would have done in a situation like this. Think what they would, what would they have come up with? Oh my god, what? If I were them? Yuki, did you say something about the storage room? Huh? Well, yeah, we did find his body inside the storage room, right? I mean, it was in the east instead of the west, but yeah. But the storage room, what do you think made it suddenly disappear? Or suddenly appear? Suddenly appear? What? When we first arrived on the 5th island, there was no door to the storage room in the broadcasting room. We only took notice of it after the culprit's broadcasting. Wait, no. Even when we entered the west broadcasting room, there was no door behind Teria then either. I can't really remember how it was with all the commotion back then. No, she's right. When that video was being broadcasted on Teria's body, yeah, there was definitely no door behind him. Is that true? Was that so? I think I remember it, or not. No, I'm positive. We only found the door after the sprinklers had stopped. Oh, that is true, actually, because Terio had his back slumped up against the wall. Right, whatever the culprit did, be it carrying Terio over or making the door appear, the only time they were able to do any of that was when the sprinklers were active. But why and how? Forgetting making Terio disappear, how would you be able to suddenly make a door appear from a wall within nothing? Virtual world, I guess. Even that's not going to cut it this time, right? Maybe there was some hidden mechanism within the room. Like, you know, in mangas where if you push a button, the wall moves to reveal a hidden space. Or something like that. I actually don't know. Is this really the time to talk about manga? If you don't have the brains, then you should at least shut up. Oh my god. Sorry. Huh? I hope I get the feeling that something's off. What about the locked room mystery that we just solved? So, is something up? You've been staring up at the ceiling for quite a while. Yorika, why sprinklers? What? Locked room mystery that we just solved. Why did they cause a fire to activate the sprinklers? Huh? You guys are the ones who explained that to us, remember? They used the sprinklers to look for the film and hold the door shut. That was only about how the sprinkler's shape and position was used. You can create a locked room mystery using only the projector and film without ever needing to cause a fire with friction from the yellow phosphorus. Huh? You're right. Why'd they suddenly cause a fire? They caused the fire to activate the sprinklers. The question then shifts to why did they send up such a convoluted mess just to activate the sprinklers? Yeah. I recall you saying something about the water streams being strong enough to blind your sight. Perhaps they tried to do something in that time? Or they wanted us to leave the broadcast room to do something without being seen. What would that even be? What? Yeah. There wasn't anyone inside the broadcast room to begin with, so even the water blinding us, there wasn't anything secretive to be done. I think that activating the sprinklers itself was the point. Activating the sprinklers? Think. The irregularity that happened in the sprinklers activation. These events must be connected. We already solved the locked room mystery. We're not objecting that fact. We're looking at it from a different angle. Tackle each question one by one. We'll surely find the truth. Alright. Oh my gosh. What can the culprit achieve by activating the sprinklers? Wash something off. What would they wash off, though? Move Terrier's body or break one of the props. That's obviously, those are not the answers. Yeah, okay. Wash something off. The paint! The paint! The cloth! What was that for? That's what they wanted to wash off. What exactly was that, though? They never... I mean, I guess we'll find out now, but they never explained that. What did the culprit try to wash by activating the sprinklers? The paint. Or the wall. If paint was an option, I would have said that. It was paint. I'm pretty sure it was. Cloth doesn't just look like that. Yeah, see, the wall. Why did the culprit try to wash the walls with water? To get rid of a drawing, that's what the paint was. Oh my gosh. Dude, I knew Iroha did something. I knew it. It's so obvious that she's involved now. I mean, it was before, but... let us prove that Iroha is the culprit. I don't feel good doing this. I really don't. Alright. Oh my god, there are so many truth bullets. We've used a lot of them though, so should not be too difficult. Terria from the west was just a drawing. That much is obvious. The real Terria was already dead in the east storage room. And you're the only person who can draw such convincing paintings, Araha. But I'm not the culprit. Then who else here do you suppose could produce such paintings? I don't know. Hold on, I've got one question to ask you. Sora said the sprinklers had washed away the painting on the wall, but the paint to trickle would cause to wet the floor. Yet there was no evidence explaining that. How do you explain this? What does that even mean? Yeah, what he said. What does that even mean? What? If it's true that Ira painted the wall, then there must have been something preventing evidence of leaving it behind. Gotta think about what I investigated. There I'll find the truth. Okay, wait. The cloth, yeah. Yeah, I know. There's no need to worry about the washed off paint. All the culprit had to do was mop up the paint with the prop cloth they had readily prepared. The prop cloth? You mean that dirty piece of blanket on the scene? Yes, I imagine it got stained from being used multiple times as a stage prop. That cloth was used to soak up paint that had trickled down from the wall. It was so stained that we didn't acknowledge the paint soaked on it. No, I did. I literally saw that and I said that was paint. But doesn't that paint stain make the theory of the culprit using the paint more concrete? That's what I've been saying from the start. Agreed. If it weren't for the painting, there wasn't any reason to put that there near the wall. Yeah, as previously mentioned, the storage room door was already sealed by the paint when we first investigated the city. In other words, whoever did it was planning to kill Terria right from the day we arrived there, yeah. Which is pretty messed up. Ira, you really did kill Terria. No, I'm not. I feel like she's like having a mini panic attack. Or not even literally just a full-on panic attack. Like actually. I'm not a bad guy, I'm not the culprit. Wait. That's it. That's gotta be it. What? What is happening? Yeah, I've thought of a way now. I got it. I can't be the culprit because... Oh, I didn't mean it like I came up with it now. I meant... anyway, I just have to tell you why I can't be the culprit, right? Then here I go. What is this trial? I don't want to do this. I really don't. Like, I know I've been yelling at Iraha, but she is in a pretty awful situation. Okay. I know that I'm not the only one who can draw here, but I have an alibi. Oh, she saw the video too, is what she's saying. But oh my god! She's talking so fast! Yuki said that my alibi is... Oh my god. Dude! There's too much. I can't read it all. Yeah, it's that. Yes, I knew it. Oh my god. No, Iraha. There's the connecting bridge. You can move between the two broadcasting rooms quickly using the bridge. What? But Sora, wasn't the connecting bridge? Sora, it seems you've forgotten about how the bridge isn't currently in operation right now. Or that's a load of crap. That's what you want us to believe. Did I not spend precious time ever since arriving on this island running about to tell you all how dangerous it is? To try to cross the bridge? Really? It's really that dangerous? He's right, Sora. Don't get me wrong, Ira's the most suspicious one here. But that logic doesn't make any sense. We couldn't use the bridge, so Ira's alibi is sound. Not sure about that. Was the bridge really not in use? What? What do you mean by... Didn't anyone feel like there was something off about the bridge? Both when Mikado first told us about the bridge and when we were investigating it. I felt like there was this strangeness to it. Strangeness? That was when I thought of a possibility. I was confident on it once we had figured out about Ira's art hit trick, but the problem is there's no real way to prove this. If you're concerned about the investigation of the crime scene, it can be real loud if there's a majority vote to do so. What? I mean, that happened in the first game, but... Like the first real Danganronpa game, that happened. Yeah, you already said that. Now hold on, Monokuro. You're not supposed to... Oh, wait. Is he malfunctioning? A re-examination, you say? So investigation is still possible during the class trial? The class will be given a chance to pause the class trial and re-examine the crime scene under the majority rule. Wow. So, if all three of us raise our hands, we just win. Obviously, the other two are going to object. Everyone, this may be our chance to solve the mystery of the connecting bridge. Monochrome, please allow us to reinvestigate the connecting bridge once more. You need a majority. Yeah, then raise your hand. Didn't you hear me? I told you to wait, you useless bird. What do you even think? He's so mad. I never gave you the administrator rights to do things like, wait, I see, the reset. I don't know what he's muttering. Yeah, no, he knows his admin hacking skills aren't working. He's getting real fishy, Sora. I'm all up for it. We need to get a second look at the bridge again. Same here. Everyone, shouldn't we just... Yeah, no. We now have a majority vote. The class trial will be paused immediately, and we will move to the corresponding room. Alright? Wow, we're actually here. We really left the trial grounds. I guess it is still the same building. Well, all we have to do is go up the elevator. Yeah, it's in the same building. Yeah, she's screwed. Sora, watch out. No, I'm gonna be fine. Oh my gosh. See, what did I tell you? The bug is present. Now, how about we leave this dangerous place? Watch me carefully, everyone. Is that your handbook? I'm gonna throw it onto the bridge. What? But Sora, won't it fall down and break? Losing your handbook is against the rules. Let's not do anything reckless. No, if my theory is correct, we won't have to worry about that. Bro, I would not test my own life on a theory. That is insane. What do you mean? She was right. What? I knew it. Wait, Sora, are you really going to... Oh my god. As you can see, you can cross the bridge. They used the same trick that they used on the broadcasting room wall on this bridge. They painted on the Oh my god. That's why they made up all those stupid rules saying, oh, you can't go to the Twin Towers at night. You can't use the bridge, this, that, this. Those weren't actual rules. Oh my god. For real? Hold on. Yeah, you could just... It was a load of crap the entire time. It was a drawing all along. You could literally rub the paint off. Once you go on the bridge, the illusion of the drawing seems to wear off. Trick arts are designed to fool you only if you look at it from a specific angle. Oh my god. If you look in front of the bridge entrance, it looks like the bridge has disappeared from that perspective. But from this angle, it doesn't look anything like real scenery. How did you figure this out, Sora? Of course, I didn't even have a hint of doubt at first, nor would I have dared testing it. Even myself was fooled. But when I first opened the door to this bridge, I felt like I had felt like it through my brain, the feeling of my body about to drop from this height. But I finally realized what that strangeness I felt was when Mikado had caught me from falling. There's no wind blowing here. Wind? Wait, there's wind here? I thought it was a virtual world. I thought you didn't have to worry about cold. I mean, they did at the 4th island, but wow. This is a building of extreme height. If there was no bridge and there was only open space, you'd expect a strong breeze. Yeah, that's actually true. That was just a hunch, so I was about to further test it during the investigation. Then I ran out of time thanks to Mikado. And when we figured out that the culprit had used paintings in their murder trick, I immediately thought of the possibility of this being the case. I see. So me and Yugi never actually checked the bridge out ourselves, so we had no idea. Only Sora was able to come to this conclusion since she was the only one who checked the bridge with her own eyes. Well, all we did was... We all did have a lot of stuff going on ever since we arrived here. And this proves that the connecting bridge was usable, yeah. Well then. I think it's pretty clear what happened. Iraha, yeah, she's screwed. What do you have to say for yourself? Say something. Come on, we're all waiting here. Dude, she is under so much... Oh my god. I guess it's confirmed then. There's one thing that's been bugging me. So if Ira is the culprit, then that means she even came up with the locker. No, she did. Mikado did. But do you really think that's possible with her intellect? Well, she is an idiot. You're right. How can a... Are you serious? You're gonna belittle yourself like that? You're gonna go that low? No, everyone. Even that can be possible. As this case wasn't done by Iraha alone, it was also Mikado. You're really carrying this game. Dude, it's so obvious. What do you mean? Think of the connecting bridge we found just now. As you know, the bridge was made invisible using trick art, but was always usable. The reason we didn't question the bridge's existence was because someone told us that the connecting bridge was not in use due to a bug. With that, we have a conclusion. The person who fed us false information about the bridge, they're the accomplice. That's Mikado. Yeah. Scumbags. When you agree, Mikado. He really has nothing to say, seriously. Mikado's in a... How is this a revelation at all? No. Why did it take me so long to realize it? Every time I got near the connecting bridge, Mikado had stopped me somehow. When I first opened the bridge entrance door, and when I tried to visit the bridge during the investigation. Both times, he literally stopped us. So he was always on the lookout. That way nobody would figure out the truth about the connecting bridge. If we didn't know about this world's existence as a virtual world, we wouldn't have believed the story about the bridge being a bug. Wait, so did he openly admit? Wow, this dude was playing chess with us, man. What the heck? I don't know if he had calculated that far, but Mikado is definitely an accomplice for this case, that's for sure. Now hold on, all I did was inform you about this world's rules. I myself knew nothing about the connecting bridge. That is such a load of crap. What do you mean you knew nothing? You clearly set this up with Araha. There's actually another evidence that proves that you were teaming up with Araha. This also has something to do with the paintings. Care to explain? As I previously mentioned, the storage room door was always covered with paint the day we had arrived. But don't you find it a bit weird? When did the culprit have time to paint the wall? Well, didn't you say that the culprit had planned to murder as soon as they arrived here? That can't be it. When we arrived on this island, it was already midnight. Monocro said that the Twin Towers were off limits during midnight, remember? And that was another lie by Mikado. How? What? So that was Mikado's lie. I knew something was up. You remember how we found Araha outside, sleeping on the bench? That's because she worked all night to do that painting. That's what that was. She was in there working at night and fell asleep on the street because she didn't have any energy to get to a room. Oh my god. I kind of glossed over it since it was Monocro who announced it, but he specifically said this rule is going to be enforced at the same level as the school rules. But why even do that? If you wanted to ban it, wouldn't it be better to state it in the rules directly? Oh, that's true. So this is how it went. Mikado and Araha worked together from the start to murder Teria upon arriving on the 5th island. And after they announced a false rule of not permitting entrance to the twin buildings, they went straight to work. Yeah, come on. It's really weird when you think about it. Calling us suddenly in the middle of the night to make us walk across the bridge. They were in on it the whole time. Yeah, the plan was likely executed by Araha, but the planning itself was done by Mikado. With this, we've broken the thought of Araha's defense of I'm too stupid to think of all this. If there's any objection to the theory proposed, I'd like to hear them now. She's done. They're both done, man. Well, why don't you trust me, everyone? Are you serious? Why would I team up with someone like this to murder someone? I would never... But we're gonna defeat Void together with the... Yeah, no. Don't even try to say that. Are you serious? Era, do you even know why we're not surprised with you teaming up with Mikado? It's because we've long suspected you as the last Void member. It's so obvious. Yoriko. It's alright, Sora. I mean, there's no point in hiding it anymore. Iraha, you're a Void, aren't you? Yeah, this is rough. No. I'm not a Void. The Void Sayobai, he ran off. Are you... Wow. Ever since Nikke revealed himself as a Void, your actions were undoubtedly suspicious. And by process of elimination, it's obvious that you were the one who pushed Sora off in the Tower of Babel. Oh my god. Now wait just a minute. It is still too early to decide Iraha is the culprit. We still have... Iraha? Dog, I don't want to do this, man. This is... Like, yeah, she's lazy and she's kind of scum. Especially after asking Nikke, hey, can you literally die for me? I don't want to die. But I understand her selfishness completely. It is realistic. But I don't want her to die. Oh my god. You told me it wouldn't turn out this way. Shut your mouth. I don't know what you're Are you serious? Are you kidding me, Mikado? Really? Mikado, you told me I wouldn't die if I did this. Please save me. You told me I'd live if I listened to everything you said. You honestly believed that? This is... Alright, I get it, so shut up. Can't you see I'm doing my best to think of a rebuttal right now? Oh my god. Dude. So can I take that as a yes? That you're a void and the culprit? No, wait. That's not it. I'm not the culprit. I'm not a void either. I wanted to... Oh my gosh. This hurts to do, man. Resisting till the end, huh? She's basically admitted her crime at this point. Let's send her off with the final nail in the coffin. Gosh, dude. She's Bob Ross? Are you actually kidding me? Dude, I don't want to do this, man. Oh my gosh. Alright. Yep, I know. Oh my god. Iroha, you asked Mikado for help just now, didn't you? That one act implies there's 3 other things in this trial. 1, Iroha's a void member. 2, Mikado's an accomplice who helped Iroha in this case. 3, you're the culprit who killed Terry. How does that paint me as the... Actually, no, I think... There's still the... Like, I don't want them to jump the gun on this because he died from poisoning, right? I feel like Iroha literally set everything up. But, you know, let me just keep going. How does that paint me as the culprit? Alright then, I'm a void member. So what? That doesn't make me the culprit, does it? Are you serious? You gotta be kidding me. The culprit should have went straight to the Twin Towers to work on the broadcasting walls and the bridge on the night we arrived. The work was already done. The best... Oh my god. The work was already done the first morning when I investigated, so the only time frame the culprit could have done it was the night before. That means the culprit knew of the rule not allowing entrance in the Twin Towers during night was a false rule. That rule was a lie made up by Mikado, but it was announced to us by not him, but Monochrome. So there was no way anyone would know if that rule was a lie, nor did anyone have any reason to doubt it. Unless that person is a void member. If you're a void, then you would know in advance that such a rule doesn't exist. In fact, you would never know unless you were sided with the mastermind. Thus, the person able to perform this case's murder trick was someone with the required art skills and someone who's a void member. And it just so happens that you admitted that you're a void member. This is equivalent to admitting that you're the culprit. Let me also emphasize the fact that Iroha was deep asleep at the bus station the day we arrived. Yeah. I said that. I didn't think much of it at the time, but now that I think about it, it was because she spent an all-nighter drawing paintings, yeah. Exactly. It's not true, it's Mikado. He's the culprit. It turns out he's actually better at painting than I am. These are nervous laughs. I don't want her to die. I don't want anyone else to die. Why would I ever kill Tyria? We were really close. We were rainbow buddies. We talked to each other a lot. And then... I think it's time you give up. You're the one who made her do this. What? It's over. I tried my best, but you blurted out everything with your own mouth. This plan was a failure. I need to at least save myself out of this. It was my mistake leaving it to someone as stupid as you. Oh my god. No, you can't. So you're fessing up that you're an accomplice who helped Iroha in this case? I wouldn't call coming up with the entire plan as just plain helping if I were you. You seriously think this useless idiot could think of anything herself? All she did was just carry out the dirty deed. Wait, so you helped Iroha knowing that you would die? What do you mean, Yuki? We didn't figure out who the culprit was and failed the class trial. Everyone except Iroha would die, right? That included Mikado, who came up with the whole plan. Death has no meaning to me. Would he just, like, activate his administrator code, like, right before his execution started or something? Like, what? Iroha being the last survivor of this killing game was just going to be the last step to... Okay, no, that's a lie. That's a lie. What do you mean by that? And why do I have to tell you that? Anyways, now that Iroha has gone and messed up everything, my plans need severe revisions. This is quite upsetting. Let's end the class trial quick and get things over with. Oh my god. Don't do this to me. I did my best, you know? I'm different from Nikke. I stayed loyal to the end. Because I believed in your words, I did my best, and you're saying it's all over? You're gonna die, please. Your loyalness? The only reason you didn't betray me is because I threatened you with the school rules. If you hadn't just told everyone about what we did, we could have turned the tables to win this class trial. You got nobody to blame but your own incompetence of not being able to keep your cool. Oh my god. I did everything to survive. I even dirtied my hands for this. I can't go back to my normal life anymore. How could you do this to me? Dude. Iroha. Sora. I can't do anything. What am I gonna do? I'm sorry for hiding the fact that I was a void. I'll help you with everything I've got. Please, just save me. Even if you somehow pull that off, you'll be killed for breaking the school rules. Your demise was destined for... Dude, what the hell? Looks like she stopped responding. Alright, even if you beg us to help you, it's just too late. Everything is over for you. Now then, Sora, would you please summarize the case like you always do? As a finishing blow to this... I really don't think that's necessary. Why would you suggest such a thing? It's such a letdown of a class trial. I have no reason to continue this foolery. This tomfoolery. Let us get rid of the girl who... Okay, don't say that, dude. It seems like Iroha doesn't have the strength to struggle anymore. It does feel a bit cruel, but this is a class trial. Let's put an end to this. Dude, this is horrible. After the fifth class trial, we hurriedly... Or the fourth. After the fourth class trial, we hurriedly moved to the fifth island right away. Unbeknownst to us, the culprit had already planned to murder Teria with Mikado. This was because the culprit was a Void member. The culprit and Mikado made up the false rule of no entering the Twin Towers during nighttime, and went straight to prepare their crime. And by preparation, they needed to cover up the door to the storage room from the broadcasting rooms of paint. They needed to draw the trick art on the connecting bridge to make it seem like it disappeared from our sights. Mikado tried to fool us saying that the bridge had a bug, and because of what happened in the Tower of Babel with the virtual world, none of us even had a hint of doubt. After these preparations were done, Teria was kidnapped and poisoned to death by the culprit at some point. His corpse was kept inside the East storage room, but since we didn't even know the existence of the room, we weren't able to find a single sign of him. And on that fateful day, the culprit prepared a little promotional video for us. They first moved to the East broadcasting room to create a stab wound on Teria's corpse. This was the red herring planted in relation to the broadcast they would soon make. Then they erased the paint hiding the door to the storage room and moved to the West broadcasting room. Once they arrived at the West broadcasting room, the culprit first carried out their plan to create a walk-through mystery. That walk-through mystery required locking the door and automatically using the projector film. The culprit picked up a creepy film to be slotted into the projector and covered it with yellow phosphorus. Then they hung the film through the sprinklers and stuck it into the door's lock with tape. That was actually really, really smart. With this, by turning the projector on, the culprit was able to lock the door without being inside the room, as the film would pull the door's lock. The culprit then started drawing Teria on the wall. They tried to imitate Teria's appearance lying dead in the East storage room. Because the culprit had great talent in painting, they were able to draw a trick art of Teria, messing with their depth perception. After all the preparations were done, the culprit used the computers to broadcast the Wait, so did Iroha just wear a glove? Because I thought it was Mikado, because there was a glove. Whatever. And they filmed themselves holding a knife approaching Teria. When in actuality, it was just a painting of Teria, but there was no way to know that from just the footage. But that wasn't all there was to it. The culprit then broke one of the windows. This made us think the culprit maybe broke the window to escape, but because the building was so high up, the chances of that were very low. The reason the culprit broke the window is because they needed a glass shard to start the fire. They crushed the shards to create glass powder, and they spread it on a piece of paper. The culprit then tied the paper with the glass powder on it into the sprinklers. They arranged it so the side of paper with glass had the phosphorus attached to it, or not attached, but on the same side as it. This was to make it so that once the door was forced open, the film will roll back in, causing the fire by friction in between the two materials, activating the sprinklers. Once the trick was finished, all they had to do was turn on the projector and immediately leave the room. And just like the culprit intended, the door was locked by the tape and the film had stopped rolling. At this point, we had all seen the broadcast and were heading toward the West Broadcasting Room. The culprit didn't have much time to spare. To create their alibi, the culprit used the bridge to move over to the East building. They went down the elevator and out the East area to meet Yuriko, thus creating their alibi. Originally, we thought the culprit had been inside the West Broadcasting Room, suddenly appearing in the East area was impossible. This was because we thought the connecting bridge was out of use. But that was exactly the culprit's plan. The culprit finally regrouped with everyone and helped break down the door. Once the door was destroyed, the film started rolling again, casting a video on the painted wall. At the same time, a fire was caused beneath the sprinklers from the friction between the yellow phosphorus and glass powder. Oh my gosh. Before we got the chance to address the situation, the sprinklers activated, and we all had to leave the room. Because of the strong water sprays from the sprinklers, all of the paint on the wall was washed off. So the body had disappeared, and in its place, the storage room had appeared. If we didn't come up with this painting theory, we would never have solved this trick. Here, the paint should have trickled down to the floor. But because our culprit anticipated this and placed a prop cloth near the wall, a soaked up cloth soaked up all the paint, leaving barely any trace. Dude, that was one of the first things I noticed. The cloth was already pretty stained and dirty, so we never realized that it had just recently soaked up paint. As soon as we noticed Teria had disappeared, we searched frantically for him, and we eventually found his body in the East storage room. With this, the culprit pulled off a locked room mystery and managed to fool us into thinking the body had somehow teleported from the West to East. The culprit sure had talent, but the plan was all constructed by the true mastermind, Mikado. The culprit had simply done what they were told to. Even so, they killed Teria with their own hands, and nothing can change that. The culprit, the last remaining void who cruelly murdered Teria. Dude, I don't want to do this. Iroha, the ultimate painter, it's you. Oh my god. Why was she involved in this? Dude. Bro, this guy's making me so mad, I swear. First, he does that stupid thing to Teria's portrait, and now he's, like, acting like he's a comedic genius. Shall we put an end to this? I know it's already kind of late to ask something like this when you've already killed 3 of your comrades, but are you really going to abandon Iroha, Mikado? If she's gone, you'll be the only void remaining. And what difference does that make? This was all destined to work out this way. They were all just stepping stones, just here to fill up the numbers. Dude, what is wrong with you? After all, no one can even hope to understand my desire to see him once again. Isn't that right, Yuki? Dude, shut up. Don't you look at me that way. I'm already getting excited. What beautiful flower you'll bloom into when the end is nigh. Now then, Monocro, it's time for your announcement of the end of this class trial. Wait, there was no scrum debate. I just realized that. I mean, there's 5 of us. How is there going to be a scrum debate? I'll take an A. Na's nice. Now, it has all been agreed upon. It's time to commence the voting system. All remaining participants, please vote for the culprit with the switch in front of you. Abstaining is not permitted, so make sure to participate in the voting time. All votes have now been confirmed. I will disclose the results. Oh my god. What? What? What was... What? Ira, the ultimate artist who has been voted by the majority as a black man, is not the culprit? Are you serious? Didn't I say this? I literally said this. I said they should not jump the gun on voting for her. I literally said this. Teria died by poisoning. Mikado could have easily just dealt the final blow. I said this. Are you... Okay. There's no way everyone is gonna die. They can't do that. They literally can't do that. What did you just say? The Blacken has cleared the trial. As such, the killing school trip will now... Dog, stop. Stop. No. What's going on here? Ira, you need to explain yourself right now. I don't know. I thought I was the culprit. I'm sure I was the one who killed Teria. Could you repeat what you just said, Monocro? What do you mean Ira isn't the culprit? Then who could... Oh my god. Yeah, me too. What? 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 Actual scum. Look at this room full of jokers. To be this easily fooled? Just how stupid can you be? Tell me you're just trying to make me laugh, aren't you? You were just all in it. You were all in on it for the joke, right? I mean, you can't seriously be this brain dead. Mikado? What do you mean? Mikado, what's going on? I poisoned the food because you told me to? I did nothing wrong. Then how come you're the culprit of this case and not me? Of course you did nothing wrong. You did everything perfectly. So you have my compliments, Ira. Because of your efforts, my plan has finally bloomed into something truly wonderful. What? The poison I give you is fake, just plain old salt. I already put in the real cyanide in advance. All you did was sprinkle some salt on already poisoned food. I literally said this. There's no way. You're just using your position as the mastermind to fix the result of this trial, aren't you? You're just making this all up. Our reasoning was perfect. Not exactly. I said it. I literally said it. There was nothing wrong with her reasoning. Ira herself was just saying that she was the culprit. This shouldn't count. That doesn't mean shit in front of Monocro. I am the real culprit who killed Teria. It's your fault for not figuring everything out. If Saibai or Kanade was here, the result might have been different. But I guess with Ira herself thinking she was the culprit, it would have been a risky trial. Wait, so you used me? No, he didn't. He used his magic, that's what. He used cheats to manipulate the class trial results. Why would I ever believe you? Here, I even have proof. Wait, what? Wait! He blurted out the rule that lets him use magic? The rule that Mikado cannot... Oh my... That doesn't matter in the slightest. I can guarantee... Dude, no one cares about your word. I told you this man was teleporting around. I bet he was the one in the video. That he just teleported Iraha out of the room after they were done, creating the locked room mystery. Because how would she have gotten out? That still wasn't explained. He definitely used magic. This guy's such a... I can even ask Monocro to reinstate that rule if you're that petty about it. Your theory was indeed perfect. Well, except for the fact that you guessed the wrong person who poisoned Tyria. So in the end, you lost. Isn't it time that you realize there's nothing more to it than that? Mikado used magic. I am fully convinced he used magic. He didn't use any cheats. All he did was trick Iraha and poison Tyria. No, that doesn't matter right now. Whether you cheated or not, the outcome has already been decided. We lost the trial. Now there was no way of denying that. My mind went blank. I tried to think of a plan, anything, but nothing comes to mind. In the midst of that void of nothingness, fear and endless fear started to swirl up. We were so close from finding the real truth, and yet now everything is over. I feel like I was swimming up from a deep abyss, drowning just before arriving on the surface. This must be a joke. I can't believe this. The culprit should have been Iraha. Then why? Whether you believe it or not, that I really do not care for right now. The outcome has already been decided. Let's be honest here. As soon as you've seen from this trial, even I cannot control Monocro. He's completely neutral in all this, and for him to proclaim this outcome means that you cannot run away from this. Run away from... Oh my god. No. No. Everyone except the Blackened who won the class trial will be executed, and the Blackened... No. Bro, stop. You're joking. Really? Don't tell me you didn't expect that coming. We've executed some... Wait, if he kills Yuki, his plan isn't gonna work. Is he stupid? We've executed so many people from these trials, so I assumed you'd know the drill by now. The only difference was that the Blackened won this time. Mikado, what's good? You're gonna die. What? There's no way we're... Dude, accomplices don't count. Does that mean I get to live? If you learn literally nothing in your life, it has been said countless times that accomplices gain nothing from murders. I'll repeat it for the final time. You're going to die. You said you wouldn't kill me. You said you'd let me live. Would you just once in your life speak something meaningful? Even if you were the Blackened, you would still be killed. You were voted for these by these idiots, right? Remember? If you actually murdered someone with more perfection, maybe you'd actually have a chance of living this game. Dude, stop. Stop it. No, stop. Mikado, do you even realize what you've done? You can't kill Yuki, yeah! If he dies, then Utsura won't be resurrected. Yeah, you idiot. Are you actually serious? So some of yourself has returned to you. Wait, he knew? But this should be... I mean, he kidnapped everyone, so of course he knew. But this should be how it ends. This is the correct ending that I planned for this. What do you... How? You are so stupid. I'm sorry. What? Now that I'm prepared... Oh, no, dude, stop. Stop. No. No. Dude. Finally. My lifelong dream has come true. I've abandoned everything for this, and now I will be reborn. Mikado! Mikado Sanoji! What? What? Hello? Really? I'd say it's a lot later than I expected. Right, good to hear that. Keep things steady until I arrive. Oh, and never mind, it's nothing. See you later. So the day has finally arrived. Kinjo! Yo! Kinjo! Actually, that might be a bad thing. I mean, yeah, that might be a bad thing now that I think about it. But, I mean, it's good to see him. Let's get ready then to finish what happened back then. Wait, so what?
Danganronpa.
So Terria's really dead? Dude, that is so messed up. Fuck. He got so far. I don't want that. I do not want that in my inventory. Well, this was quite the episode. I hate to leave you guys on a cliffhanger, but I kind of have to. So, thank you all so much for watching. Leave a like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys are thinking of this series so far. And next time, we will be playing Chapter 6, which I assume is the final chapter. So, yeah, look forward to that. See you all next time. See ya.
You win. Perfect.